Thank you, Mr President. I rise to speak on the Statutes Amendment Serious Vehicle and Vessels Offences Bill of 2023. The bill comes to us today as the government's response to the tragic death of Sophia Naismith, who lost her life at the age of just 15 when she was hit by a high-powered sports car and died at the scene of the crash. Sophia and her friend, Mr President, were walking along the footpath in Glengarry when they were hit by a Lamborghini which mounted the curb and crashed into a restaurant. Mr President, on behalf of the Greens, I do want to take this opportunity to express our sincere condolences to Sophia's family for what is a horrendous death of a young person, and certainly it would be a horrendous thing to lose a child in these circumstances. Any death on our roads, Mr President, is a tragedy, and we must do what we can to ensure the safety of all road users, particularly pedestrians such as Sophia Naismith. The driver who caused her death was sentenced to 7 months in prison, but was reduced to 4 months and 27 days due to his entering a guilty plea at an early time. At the time, Sophia's father, Mr Luke Naismith, said that this case, and I quote from his media comments at the time, he said, "This case has tragically highlighted a broken system that is stacked in favour of the accused and not the victims and the families that are left behind to pick up the pieces." By creating a new mid-tier offence, this bill allows for a more appropriate penalty range for driving conduct linked to the death or serious harm of another person, where the conduct has not met the higher threshold of dangerous driving. The Greens welcome the government's efforts to promote pedestrian safety and protections for pedestrians. However, we do have some concerns with the bill in its current form. These concerns are based on feedback that we have received from the Law Society. The Law Society has raised two key concerns with the bill before us today. Their first concern relates to the definition of harm, and I understand that this will be dealt with through amendments that will be tabled by the Attorney-General. We welcome the amendments the Attorney-General will be moving that transfer the definition of ultra-high-powered vehicles to regulations to make sure there are no unintended vehicles captured by the bill. But there are some other elements of the bill that the Greens have concerns with, and we would welcome the opportunity to consult further around the proposed amendments before we move to the committee stage of the bill to make sure that we are making the right reforms and not causing potentially unintended consequences. So, to be very clear, Mr President, we certainly support the intention behind the bill. We support the efforts of the government to improve pedestrian safety. We do want to ensure that some of the concerns of the Law Society and others are addressed, and so we welcome additional time to work through those matters.